Alrighty, Roo, and Cuckoo-Ca-Choo to you. And all my nobody's not watching out there, it's March 2020. Again, it's kind of weird how, like, specific they are about the thing. But apparently they are telling me how much time has passed. It was 2019, like, later in the year, like September. Now it's like March. Right? It was 2019. Like June or something. So it's been almost a year. My character's been a vampire for almost a year. Oh, the motherfucker I played was like a vampire for like 14 days. Fuck. Back at it again at Big Beat Burger. Aw, shit. Here we go again. I'm order 42, 2 12s, a 5 large, a 7 with cheese, a 7 without cheese, an extra large drink. You guys want anything? It's like, god damn. I totally did not do that right, but you get it. All you had to do was keep up with the fucking train, CJ. No, that's not all I had to do. It was a little harder than that. Familiar sounds, familiar smells, familiar faces. Where everybody knows your name. Ba-da-da-da. Yet again, I'm recalling that night when everything finally seemed to change for the better. Look how hot she looks. Also, does she ever change her clothing? I mean, she does look hot. Like, you know, look at her. Although she is sitting in front of a no smoking sign. Just smoking like, what are you gonna do about it, bitch? Fucking eat you. I'll rip out your throat and chug you like a shitty beer. That's like my go-to now for these things. Just like, you know, thank you. Fuck, what's her name? I don't remember her name. She's from Outside Extra, or Xbox. It's not Ellen. It's... Damn it. I don't remember her name right now, but she's amazing and she's cool. And she said that about... I might just have to watch that again. And even though it's like fucking 4 or 5 years old now. We're talking about Vampire the Masquerade 2. Back when it was gonna come, it was possibly gonna come out. That's like fucking Groundhog. You're like, are we gonna have more winter? More not? I don't know. But still, I like. There seems to be more art with less detail in it. But I like it. It's more like, you know, when you do like sketches, like, oh, these are, you know, like storyboards. Like, that's a hot pick. Like, you know, she looks hot. And she looks good. Good for her. But also, do you change your clothes? And your hands are weirdly long-fingered. I mean, it's not like I wasn't expecting everything to go back to the old, depressing normal. Even in the thick of it, the rational part of me recognized the state as temporary. But with these highs, there's always a hope it won't end, or maybe that an ego death will finally occur. Well, you're smart enough to know what an ego death is. That's cool. Be satisfied, you stupid fucking bitch. I command you. Yeah, that's one thing though. I'm pretty sure dominate doesn't work on yourself. I think La Sombra have whatever the shadow thing is. I forget what it is. I think they have dominate. And then I think they have like fortitude or maybe potence or presence. I forget what it is. Again, each clan's its own clan and clans. Here's all the logical evidence for why you should be satisfied. Here's the obvious direction for your life. And here's a detailed explanation of how you should treat the people that care for you. No dice. I always fall back into the same old habits. It's like they were encoded deep in my DNA. The aimlessness, the powerlessness, the spiritual exhausted. These goddamn fast food trips. You don't eat fast food. You can't. I don't think, unless you're like a 13th gen, where you're sort of like a thin blood, you probably can't eat food. You'd have to have a perk or a merit specifically for it, and I really doubt you can. The fact that you can smoke and it's so chill about it really speaks more about your willpower and your desire to smoke, despite the no smoking sign. The stupid fucking self-loathing now amplified whenever I drink somebody's blood. Oh, well that's not good. Why? That was... Well, I guess it's been like a year or 6 months or something, and now you're like... Being a vampire makes me sad. I loathe myself even more. Although I'm not gonna lie, it does look like, based on your prior character pictures, it does look like it has enhanced your figure, is the best way to put it. Maybe I should just blame it all on the misfortune of my birth. You did this social climbing until you disassociate, then you are just this untethered, constantly frustrated ball of dumb desires. Except I'm sort of immortal right now, and I need to figure out what to do next. Dot, dot, dot. I watched this obscure Asian movie once. Eli Lema. Okay, I'm not gonna. Yeah. Zabanchi Thani. Starring Tadanobu Asano, one of the coolest guys in the world. He plays this merciful, like, figure, a legendary noise musician. There's this mysterious virus spreading around the world, causing despair and mass suicide. A rich CEO's granddaughter gets sick and longs to die, so he spends a fortune searching for the cure. Turns out Asano and his friend, played by this violent onsen geisha guy, are traveling through Japan, searching for through the corpse-strewn towns and fields for any unique item that can produce beautiful sounds. Of course, music. It's gotta be music. As it turns out, the avant-garde walls of noise they create are able to heal the infected. Okay. That's kind of cool. The CEO begs the band to help, offering them all the money they want. But for some reason they refuse. Through a series of flashbacks, concerts, and vignettes, a mystery unfolds. They're just like, meh. Nah. Fuck your couch, buddy. It's like, are you just doing it because you don't like him? Eventually, we realize that Asano's music is not just a remedy. It's also the cause of the virus. Whatever is connected with the connects to the people. They get this hunger for more extreme, more novel experiences. Okay, sounds like a drug. And eventually, they hit a wall. Nothing can satisfy them anymore. They lose their will to live. Not even the musicians are spared from this curse. They know the end will come sooner or later. Well, I'm pretty sure that's not a thing that actually exists, except in the realm of this thing, but that sounds pretty terrible. Like, the only answer would be to not do music, to stop. But you'd be compelled to because, you know, the way it works. The girl is saved by a mind-blowing concert, but the tragedy is merely postponed, not averted. The last shot of a Jesus-like Asano silently considering his role as savior and destroyer stayed with me. He does become death, the destroyer of worlds. Ooh. The form of the film is abrasive. Little to no narrative coherence, some weird cartoonish creative choices, the Japanese noise soundtrack, very freeform and hard to understand weave of themes. But at this point, movies like this are all that truly connect with me. I'm the New York City representative of the Sombra Clown now. Clan, not clown, clan. Known as the Night Clan. They are... I mean, aren't all clans night clans? But sure, why not? They are the masters of shadows who cast distorted reflections and make modern tech go haywire in their presence. Wah ha 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 ha. Last year, a few months before I was embraced, the Sombra had joined with the Camarilla, the biggest and most traditional sect in the vampire world. Two groups actually used to fight each other, but our leaders found some intel that made them reconsider their strategy, so they sent a diplomatic mission to parley with their historical enemies. The information was, damn, there's a lot of them, and La Sombra don't just, like, be all letting anybody join. They're kind of dicks about it, like they were to you. You had to lose everything and be pretty well fucked. And then, even then, I feel like if I didn't shoot, I would have been eaten, and that would have been it. Like, it would have just been like, alright, well, I was wrong. I guess I'm gonna eat you now. Like, you know? So, the Sombra are just one clan of many, and there are many clans, and each has their own population, and that's the intel. If you ask me, it's like maybe there was something more meaningful, but I think that's pretty simple. The deal they got in Chicago was simple: an unlife for an unlife. For every the Sombra vampire allowed in the Ivory Tower, one the Sombra has to meet their ultimate end. What the? That's... Well, then I guess it's good that your clan wasn't that big? No, it seems like if you had a bigger clan, that would be better. You have to lose more people, but you'd have more people in the end in the thing. Except that's also, the larger your clan, the more likely people are just going to be like, yeah, no, fuck you. You're not going to just 86 my ass. I'm like, no, like, I'm going to fight you. Just because I'm not, like, top tier doesn't mean I'm going to be okay with, like, oh, well, yeah, no, you just killed me. That's cool. No worries. I still remember the name of the woman who met her final death so I could begin my unlife. Her name was Hester Reed. Sworn enemy of the Camarilla, a guerrilla fighter who spent decades opposing them. Okay, that's kind of messed up and deep in its own sense. It's like, oh no, yeah, no. So that I could exist, somebody and be a part of the Camarilla, somebody had to die. Literally. I know exactly. Like, I know who it was. It wasn't just some nameless motherfucker. Her name was Hester Reed. It's like, she had been a problem. It's like, that doesn't seem like... Man, Camarilla, you a bitch. That's some hoe-ass shit right there. You don't do that. Making people just, like, kill them. She was someone with far better principles than mine, from what I gathered. Well, whoever she was, her execution by my sire served to convince the NYC elites to give us La Sombra a chance. Then they set the lookout for a mutually agreed upon candidate who would become the clan's rep in the city. My sire searched for someone who gave the impression she was more than she appeared. The local court was looking for someone that could walk all over. After long negotiations, they decided I was a good compromise. Well, that's fun. Just being in that position sounds terrible. It sounds horrible. they proceeded to systematically destroy my entire life. Just to make me show I was psychologically strong enough to join their ranks. The turncoat special, they called it. Somehow, I succeeded. And it eventually led me right back to where I started. Good times. Sigh. I stopped writing and put my pen down. Will that be all? Oh god, it's Val. What happened to your hair? I thought you died. Didn't you die? Do I remember incorrectly? I thought you died. Am I wrong? I thought she died. It's unlikely somebody else just looks like her with different hair. Yes, Miss Duval, I hope you enjoy your stay in London. I guess she's just dipping. Oh, I very much doubt I will. Just like every cultured person, I think the only good Englishman is a dead Englishman. Rude. Like, I'm not an Englishman, but still. Also, I don't know what else to say other than A, your hair looks like you're smuggling things in it. Because you're going with like the 50s beehive look. And you look like you gained weight in a not good way. Like, vampires don't get pregnant unless they're a very, very, very high generation. And by that I mean like 13, 14, 15 generation. And even then it's unlikely. Possible, but unlikely. It's like, yeah. Fucked up serial killer, privileged scum. Just get the hell out. I'm gonna just go with privileged scum. Must be nice traveling the world and all that. Caracas, Mogadishu, Shanghai. The blood tastes the same anywhere you go. The biggest difference is that your duties become more of a hassle. Miss Duval, every word you uttered tonight just makes you more punchable. Will that be all? Tell Kadir I said hello and farewell. Safe travels. Don't let the door hit you on the way out, psycho. Well. I'm the lone Lasombra in this town, and my representational role means jack shit. No title, no perks, no whatever. Right now, I'm the court's gopher, doing all sorts of work for nobody else will touch. Just like your life was before. Hey, good times. Also, good to know Kadir's still kicking and doing stuff. Valerie is bailing because things turned out poorly. God only knows what actually happened to my character. It seemed like I died, but... Or, it seems like I lived, but things went poorly. My main duties, being a sort of immigration officer. See, New York is probably the biggest vampire travel hub in the USA, and definitely the biggest one on the East Coast. Almost every kindred coming from Africa and Europe comes through here. The local Camarilla is nuts about bureaucracy and population control, so every vampire leaving or arriving in this town is supposed to check with me to inform about their travels. Huh. They're just like, yeah, no, you're fucking Ellis Island. It's like, population control for the country or for the city? Because it's like, motherfucker, it's New York. There's more than enough food for everybody. What the... Okay, something weird just happened. I'm gonna have to check on that.